Are you ready to jump on the weighted vest bandwagon, or you're already there, but you're wondering if you're doing it right or doing damage? This is for you. I'm going to give you 3 of the most common mistakes that I see women in midlife or beyond making when it comes to weighted vests, why they're wearing them, and what to avoid right here in this video. Here we go. So first of all, as a 41-year fitness professional, you might guess I have a lot of fitness toys. This is one of 3 weighted vests. Now, one is old enough probably to be an antique. I've had it since the mid-90s and used it with clients when I would go to their homes or they would come to mine, and we were not going to a gym and we needed to weight their lower body exercises a little more so that we can work on bone density, especially at the hip. We call that the total hip, the femur head is what we're looking at. So I purchased a 20-pound weighted vest. Now, for a lot of my clients who weighed anywhere between 120, 140, maybe 150, that was significant weight. Here's where you want to be. Between 10 and 15% is as high as you want to go. If you have special conditions, you know you're at more risk of injury than the next person, because you've had them. You experience more soreness than somebody else. You want to err on the conservative side. You'd go at 10% or less. Remember the range here, 10 to 15% of your body weight is the maximum. It's not the recommendation. So you want to be safe. Now look, the weighted vest that I have right here is a little more modern. This is the second vest that I purchased, but still for in-home use and use weight bearing. So if I'm doing a squat, for instance, I've got my weight down here and I just happen to have, I know you'll ask, 30-pound kettlebell so that I can weight my lower body, say, and do squats. But that's not really going to bring me to muscular fatigue without a lot of repetitions. I add the weighted vest and I'm getting 20 pounds with my old antique vest. That significantly elevates the load that I'm lifting. So that really significantly helps me reach muscle fatigue at home, even though my rep range is going to be a little bit higher than if I were, say, on a machine weight. That's really great if you're doing one exercise that is, say, strength training based. So you're doing your squats, maybe deadlifts, maybe you're doing lunges also with a weight and weighted vest. Fantastic. However, certain vest weights are ideal for certain jobs, but absolutely wrong for others. So I would never put that 20-pound weight even on my about 130-pound structure and go for a walk, because that is too much. That's outside of the range of good health for me. And you don't want to ever be thinking, well, I am somehow more elite and stronger and better, because that kind of attitude is the one that gets us injured. And you're going to say, I was in the best shape of my life right before I got hurt. And then you're going to be in the worst shape of your life, because when we're hurt, we're inactive. We have to rest. So the muscle's not getting stimulated, the bone's not getting stimulated, and we go backward. So we want to be safe, not sorry. Simple, safe, and sane are the mantra at Flipping 50. I think you can agree. That makes sense. So this vest, perfect for a little extra weight. My 20-pound antique is also appropriate. A little harder to put on and off, as you might guess. And because it was made in the 90s, it actually covers more of my body. So it doesn't let me get air and feel like I can cool off. So the vest itself is going to make you a little bit warmer and you've got more clothes on. But the old one I have covers more body, so you're not breathing essentially, and the heat accumulates. So the old one, not what you want. So you may also have one at home that's an older version, but if you're investing now, you're at a much better time. So you want to get those that just kind of are in stripes around you that give you a lot of space, or they are mesh everywhere that the weight is not. So your skin gets the opportunity to breathe, get air. You're going to feel much more comfortable. So this one, super cute, right? The color pops. You can get pink, purple, you name it. This one has a little pocket in the back. So I could slip in a bar, I could slip in a Kleenex, I could slip in dog treats if I'm walking the dog. But this one is only about 8 pounds. This is perfect for going for a walk, but I promise you, I'm used to going 30 minutes every day, 60 minutes some days, and I'll go on long hikes. I don't wear this on those long hikes. What I want you to do is make sure that it's not that much weight for you when you're walking around your house. And when you go out on the walk, you will find that 10 or 20 minutes into it or sooner, you're going to say, oh yeah, I'm breathing a little harder. It's like if you were to pack on 8 pounds, imagine that for a minute. You would think, oh my gosh, I have to get this weight off. Similarly, it's going to make you huff and puff. And don't forget, your knees are taking on that extra weight as well. So if you have some cartilage issues, you've got some osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, you may want to think twice before you wear a weighted vest doing weight-bearing exercise. Might be different if you're on an elliptical. You may be okay with that because you're not actually coming down on those knees. But if you're trying to move and walk with heel strike, we're not even talking running, and I would simply really rule that out for running because it changes form, not in a good way. You don't think you are, but you're changing your gait. So that first tip right here, be in your sweet spot. So if you're doing it while you're doing weights, you could probably go beyond 10 and 15%, as I do, but be sure that you're already using a heavy weight, not reaching muscular fatigue, and you have great form. And then you get used to that vest, and then you merge the two together. That's what we call progression. Take one at a time and then add them together. If you're going for a walk, start light. Now, these are already, this is fired up. So it's 8 pounds. I can't change it. I can't make it lighter. I can't make it heavier. But there will be vests that you will find you can actually take the weights out. So I can start then with, say, 6 pounds, 5 pounds, make it lighter, just get used to it, and gradually slip in another half pound. As I get used to it over the course of weeks, it will even take months to get you up to that 8 pounds or 10 or your number, but you will be doing it kind of sneaking up on yourself as you get stronger and more resistant to the exercise with the weight bearing. That is a really smart progression. So realize not too much all at once in terms of the weight, and you will be much safer and not be sorry. And that's the way that you'd add weight. Find the weight that is ideal for you. So I will link down below in the discussion to my Amazon store where I've got these. You can buy them in color. Just FYI, those of you who have young adult kids, I bought his and hers for my son and daughter-in-law's shower gift. There you go. Tip number 2 was doing too much too soon. So you and I can be a little bit egotistical about, I'm really fit. I've been walking for years. I go 4 miles a day, no problem. And we think weighted vest's the way to go. And we put that on and we go out the door to walk those 4 miles. Big mistake. So my first recommendation is make sure you're just wearing it around the house for short stints. 5 minutes, maybe, if you're not very conditioned and you're really just getting used to it and you're a little worried about your posture, especially those of you, where are you, that are my upper shoulder girls. We overfire, we get tension right here when we're tight and may have a tendency to get headaches or migraines. We overfire right here because probably some other muscles are not strong. But if that is you, you want to get used to it and adapt very slowly. So I will suggest somebody wear it while they're cooking dinner. Take 10 minutes, that's it. Wear it around the house and then take it off. And that's it. And finish feeling like you could have done more. It's okay. You don't have to get tired or sore or overdue. Do those 5 or 10 minutes. And then the next time you do it, say, okay, well, how did that feel the next day? Don't necessarily wear it every single day, but wear it 2 to 3 times a week. Adapt, doing it 10 minutes at a time. Then add 2 minutes, 12 minutes the next time. The next week, maybe you're up to 15 minutes. You hold it there. The following week, you're at 17, and so on till you build it up so you're closer to your walk. But then when you go for a walk, what I want you to do is to go walking in the same way. Go for your walk just around the block. Can you do a loop at the park without wearing it the whole time? Can you do a walk around the block and then come back, take it off if you want to walk more? Because out walking, if the weight is significant, you will change your gait, but not realize you're changing your gait. That could come back to negatively impact your knees and up the chain. So if it bothers your knees, it will bother your hips. If it bothers your hips, it will bother your lower back. So all of that is needless and unnecessary. Just allow yourself to adapt little by little. So what you just did in the house kind of proved, okay, I'm ready to go do something more. When you go for the walk, start over again. 10 minutes, make sure it goes okay. And you don't know until the next day. So here's another thing that you'll love about wearing the weighted vest, and that is if you wear it for a period of time. So we're preparing for a Flipping 50 retreat in Moab, and I'm about to start loading up the goodie bags. So I've got all my piles here of things. So rather than cooking, which I do sometimes, but not a lot, I'm just getting ready to wear this for 10 minutes or so while I'm cooking. So that's just an example of wearing it. The next phase you go through at home could be wearing it while you're cleaning the house or while you're going up and down stairs, picking up laundry, folding the laundry, doing all kinds of chores, quote unquote. And that is another level of adapting to it. So when you take it off, here's the advantage. What happens is your shoulders, while you have it on, get a little tight in response to something pulling down on them. When you take it off, the added benefit of you feel like you're floating just a little bit. Shoulders are relaxed because they've been tense. That's the reaction. You're going to feel so much better and more resilient, and your posture will improve because you've been fighting. For me right here, it's 8 pounds. My other vest would be 18 pounds. The old antique, 20 pounds. I've been resisting gravity against it, making sure my posture is good. Now I take it off and I feel like my posture is really great. Okay, sitting down on the job on number 3, the reason that you're wearing the weighted vest, great reasons for wearing it, is you're going to have a little greater energy expenditure because there's more weight on your body. I mean, if we look at a woman who weighs 100 pounds, which would be teeny tiny, or a woman who weighs 200 pounds. If they both went for a walk for the same 30 minutes, even if they didn't do the same distance, the woman who weighs 200 pounds is going to expend more energy. She's got more weight. She's got to move it through space. Her metabolism, her metabolic rate is actually higher than the 100-pound woman simply because she weighs more. So realize that the wearing of the weighted vest simply dials up the energy expenditure. And you will notice that in various ways. Number one, if you're walking and you're experiencing, I've done this walk a million times, but today I'm breathless. That is a sign your cardiovascular system is being more taxed because of the additional weight. Let's say you're paying attention to your heart rate. Your heart rate will also be higher. Those are just kind of big feedback in data, but your exertion, we call it perceived rate of exertion, or RPE, rate of perceived exertion, like on that 0 to 10 scale. I like to use a smaller scale, or you can use 0 to 20 or 6 to 20. But your point of, I'm at a 6, maybe when I go for a walk ordinarily. You put that weighted vest on and you're wearing it the whole time, your number is probably going to go up to at least a 7, if not to an 8. And by the time you're done, you're going to be ready to shed that weighted vest. So realize that that's a great reason to wear a weighted vest. It's going to increase your energy expenditure, certainly. However, there is going to be a little bit of, if you go slower, because it feels so much harder, that may or may not be advantageous to you if your goal is to walk a faster pace, which in terms uses your gait. So our dropping a heel down, rolling through the foot, the swinging through the hip, we want that gait to be nice and fluid for the rest of our lives as long as we possibly can. If you change your gait, you slow it down, you may not be getting the actual benefit that you want. So you really want to sit down with yourself, or you want to sit down with a coach and go over, is this something I want to do today for the purpose of this walk or exercise that I'm about to do? You always want to have a purpose and you want to match it to what it is you're going to do to carry it out and get that transformation. Here's what wearing a weighted vest won't do for you. It is not going to dramatically increase your bone density. So you're wearing it here. If you're adding 10 to 15% of your body weight, you are going to weight your hip a little bit, but potentially not enough to really give you extra weight bearing exercise. But remember, it will give your knees a little bit more stress. So it's not a great substitute for resistance training that will and has been shown to reverse bone loss and or prevent loss or even gain bone density, especially in younger women. Older women can do it too, but we're not going to increase you from your factory settings when you were 30. We may be able to reverse losses. We've seen that in the Flipping 50 community since 2019, and you can do it too. But don't let it be a substitute for resistance training, for true strength training, doing pushes like chest press, doing pulls like a row or bent over row or lat pull down, doing squats, doing lunges with weights, either dumbbells at home or machine weights at the gym. Those need to be a part of your routine too. The weighted vest is ancillary. So if you were deciding, is this what I need to do to get this? In terms of bone density, I would say no. If it's because I want another toy, I want another tool, it's motivating to me to change it up and have a different kind of challenge. That's a good reason, right? Just stay safe in doing it. Now I want to hear from you. If you have a weighted vest and you're using it, let me know. If you're not using it, you're thinking about it, do you still have questions? Please drop them below and let me know what you're doing, how it's going, and what you've noticed. Don't forget, hit the bell, subscribe, and if you hit that bell when you do, you'll be notified every time a new video drops. And I'll see you on the flip side.